Cheryl here, back with another video on taking accountability of your own actions. But before we get into it, follow me on Instagram at India__Michelle and Snapchat India.94. Now let's get to it. So yes, on this video, I'm just going to go ahead and say I didn't want to, and it's not, what I'm about to say is not just about her, because I'm going to get on Lizzo, I'm going to get on Casanova, and I'm just get on just black women, black men, even when it comes to dating or just everyday life. But we're gonna go ahead and get into Lizzo. And the reason I said I didn't want to really talk about Lizzo because I done got so much. I ain't gonna even blow it up like that. I done got a little heat about me speaking on the behalf of plus size women. The reason I wanted to bring up Lizzo is because when I said, especially the first video, when I said something about plus size women, and I said it again on the redo, people looked at me like I was crazy some people looked at me like I was crazy when I said Lizzo is insecure. And they was like, oh, how is Lizzo insecure? And it's like, you can see it. Like, it's like, you can tell when someone has that displays some form of insecurities, because like I said, her music was here, that was her priority. Now it's just about her flaunting her body. And when she made the recent live on how she feels disgusted about her body and, you know, stuff like that. And even though she didn't say the word insecure, but you can hear it in her voice that, you know, her weight is a problem for her. And when I said the first video about, before I did the redo on the weight situation, people looked at me like, well, why Lizzo can't just love her body? And I'm not speaking for all, but it's a lot of women who are plus size. Yes, they might try to come out like Lizzo and perceive like, oh yes, I love my body, but on the back end, they're trying to build this whole positive body positivity, but on the back end, they really crying on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why she's making this video. And people, and Storm Monroe, and I will leave the clip on there. It's like after he's talked about the segment on the actor Tommy, I forgot his last name, but he played Debo on Friday. R.I.P. to him. He you know, he been in very good movies like Friday, of course, The Fifth Element, if you ever heard of that movie, and he been on other movies as well. But so when I said that, I was looked at as fat shaming. And to me, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm like, I put it out there, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not trying to gloat and say, yes, that's what her ass get, ha 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 ha. No, you know, I'm not saying that Lizzo is an ugly woman. She's actually pretty, but I'm not going to sit here and feel too bad about her, because it's like, Lizzo, this is something you should have been doing a long time ago, which is acknowledging your health. Now, of course, people gonna say, oh, you wrong for saying that, but let's be honest. If you have the money, right? If you're insecure about your weight and you're tired of hearing people keep, you know, fake praising you about your body, and I'm not saying it's not women that's not praising her about her body genuinely, but if you're tired of hearing the fake praise and the body shaming, do something about it. Either surgically or weight loss, or hire a certain chef that's going to give for you to lose weight and be at a certain size that you desire for yourself. Not for me, not for your friends, not for anyone, but for yourself. So that's what I'm going to say on that when it comes to Lizzo. And I'm going to play this little clip about what she said, and you leave at the comments at the bottom and tell me what you feel about Lizzo.
Home, I took my clothes off to take a shower, and I just started having all of these really negative thoughts about myself. All the mean things people say about me are true, and, you know, why am I so disgusting, and hating my body. And normally I would have some positive thing to say to get me out of this, but I don't, and that's okay too.
And right before I get off on her, and when it comes to her fans, yes, it's okay to actually praise her for loving herself, but also let's stop praising a certain thing that's geared to not being healthy in the long run. You sitting here telling her that she's beautiful the way she is not helping her, when in all actuality, this is why she puts out the video. So moving on about people taking accountability, we got on Lizzo. Now let's get on the rapper Casanova, and people saying that the guy that has the Vlad TV, the dude Vlad, saying that he's an op, he's the police. We all knew that Vlad is an op, okay? Now, when it comes to Casanova and people that go on his channel, Vlad's channel, i.e. Little Boosie, it's funny to me that y'all sit here and get mad at Vlad for airing your shit out and having you being in racketeering, having racketeering charges and stuff like that. But it was your fault for even snitching on yourself. Vlad is not putting a gun to your head to say, come on my channel and snitch on yourself and tell me all the shit that you've done. Blah, say, blah, say, blah, say. That's on you. So when it comes to people, yes, if you already know that he was an op, we're not going to keep getting on Vlad. I feel like when people see Vlad and they feel like, oh, he's talking about, you know, hip hop and what black people go through, that he's down, he's a part of he's the person that you invite to the cookout. No, he's a fucking informant. Now, do we know for a fact that Vlad is working for the feds? No. But does it really matter that he's working for the feds? It's your fault. You're not taking accountability to say, damn, I was a dumbass for sitting here getting on this man's show, airing out all my damn laundry.
How many people did you cut in prison?
3 to 4. That I got tickets on, like paperwork on.
But really, it's more.
If you really want to tally it up, probably like 12 the most, I say. Like, God forbid I was to go to jail now, I'll be certified. Like, as soon as I come in, you know, I'm grabbing a phone. This is who got this phone? This is what I'm doing.
At what point you get put in the box for 32 months?
Yeah.
Wait, that's what, 3 years almost?
3 years. That broke me. A couple dudes always got a razor. You know, I always had one. And
So you were boofing basically?
yeah, of course.
Which is putting a razor up
Yeah,
your ass.
yeah. I went to the box for boofing.
Okay.
I went for dope, boofing dope. I got caught.
And it's like, why would you get on there and say that? When Vlad is asking you certain questions, you should basically kind of give him a curveball to switch the conversation. Like, he was talking to one rapper and they was saying, he was like, oh yeah, you got all that damn blue and this and that and the third. And the rapper, and the person that was on his video was like, nah, I want to say, was it Rondo, whatever how you said that nigga name. And he was like, no, this is my favorite color. That's how you throw curveballs. Not sitting here saying, oh yeah, I heard you was out here, you was out there in the streets and you, yeah, hell yeah. And you thinking you the man because you see this white guy praising you, like you looking at him as God, like he's validating you, like, yeah, you that man. What else did you say? And then you said, yeah, I was charged with, you know, doing this and doing that. And then when you go into court and he pulls, and the judges or whoever pulls up videos that's going against you, you somewhere with your mouth to the floor. Pick your mouth up and take accountability. And that's something I should have said on the hood don't love you, but it is what it is. Like, in life, you should take accountability for your actions. Back to Lizzo and me making the whole video, the first video about do men like overweight women. I was wrong. Even though I stood ground on what I said, but I was wrong for the language that I used. I was grown enough. I was mature enough. I was woman enough to say all of that. To say, you know what, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Even though this is how I feel, I am a YouTuber. So I don't want people that's plus size watching my videos looking at it like, oh, damn, she's fat shaming me. And I don't. Like, I love, I ain't gonna say I love everybody, but I'm just saying, like, if you know me personally, you would know that that's not my intentions. I might come off a bit harsh sometimes, and you know, it just flows like that. And sometimes I have to look at myself like, whoa, you might want to just kind of clean it up a little bit, still be true to yourself, but just clean it up a bit. Again, so when it comes to black men, black women, one thing I don't like, and I always say it, is when we get on this whole train of just keep going in on black men for doing stuff, but then when it comes to black women, it's supposed to get a pass for it. Like about the whole thing with True Kitchen and that woman twerking on that man's furniture in that restaurant. It was he's wrong for coming at people like that. And yes, you had people that felt the way I felt, you know, like yes, he was a little bit harsh for saying, you know, throwing out F-bombs and stuff like that. But at the same time, that's his restaurant. We can't sit here and get on one person without getting on the other. She was dead ass wrong. We're not going to just give her a pass and just focus on this one black guy because he's an easy target to target and say, oh, he was just this and that and the third. He was unprofessional. No, she was dead ass wrong for getting her ass on that fucking furniture, acting like a fucking asshole. Let's even get on Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion, we sat there and try to, you know, go for Meg and all of this and that and the third when she got shot in the foot. And we, you know, targeting Tory Lanez, and we should cancel Tory Lanez. You shouldn't be listening to Tory Lanez music. But then you had to really, when shit started to unfold as time go on, we starting to look at Meg, well, certain people, starting to look at Meg a certain way because it's like, damn, you came for Tory Lanez, now you coming for your best friend. And it's kind of funny that you once called her a best friend, because even if y'all fall out and y'all just, you know, go separate ways from one another, you don't sit here and air out your best friend's business or anybody that you consider a friend's business, no matter how, you know, they did you wrong. Now, if it was to the point where you had to say something, okay, but that, come on now. So it's not a thing where we should always, you know, go in on black women, and we shouldn't always go in on black men. Like I said, for myself, I done did certain things that was wrong. It's just not just me, just a lot of people, when it comes to wanting to take accountability and and having the mirror face at you like, yes, you were wrong. It's like, it's a hard pill to swallow for people. But but it's okay to, you know, come at other people that's wrong or done you wrong. You want to sit here, yeah, let's point at them. But as soon as the point is faced at you, then it's what? You act confused. And that really irks me. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that irks me a lot when it comes to people, not just a man, not just a woman, just people in general. They always have this whole thing where it's like this arrogance about them, about a person, where you can point the finger at somebody else, but when it's you are always right. And I know somebody like that, like this, always right. And when something is done to them, they want to cry wolf. They want to get on social media and write all these long paragraphs about why people have done this and that to them. And then when you go back and figure out, well, what happened, then you be like, okay, you was wrong. So, and like I said, I'm at a space now where I've done stuff, and I'm not saying I'm never going to do anything where, you know, that's going to be, okay, you were wrong, but I'm old enough to know, like, okay, if I'm wrong, I'll say that. I don't have to have somebody twist my arm and say, you was wrong, and I'm like, yeah, I was. No. Take accountability for your actions. There's nothing wrong with that. That will kind of make people want to even be around you when you just be like, okay, he or she is mature enough to say, I was wrong. So that's all I had to feel. Like, maybe this might have came off as a rant or just a vent session, and that's whatever. But sometimes I just feel like certain information has to be put out. Certain things has to be put out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me how you feel about the whole Lizzo situation. Look at that. I'm gonna put, like I said, I'm gonna insert a little clip of Storm Monroe on what he said about Lizzo, and he also talked about Vlad, and I'm gonna put the times at the bottom on when he was talking about those two individuals. And basically, I agree. And don't forget to follow my socials at India__Michelle on Instagram and Snapchat India.94. Until next time with another video. Bye bye.